Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Guilty Movie Pleasures. In-depth discussion on movies, no matter how guilty they make you feel.
Wait, I don't want to see another one. What's up?
We were just talking about
Star Wars. What is up, Guilty Movie Pleasure fans? I can't hear myself in the headphones. We should have probably tested that. Can you hear me? Are we good?
It's like the beginning of an Eminem song right now.
Yeah. Turn me up in the friggin' headphones.
Turn me up in the headphones. Where's my bass? Where's my bass at?
I'm Josh Macuga. You guys know me at Josh Macuga on Twitter. Sitting next to me is my co-host, the star of Hey! Ain't That Love?
Is that the Tyler Perry remake?
Yep, it is. Ain't That Love? On the Lifetime channel and Hallmark channel, as well as Oxygen. Ben Begley at Ben Begley Comedy. Ben, welcome.
Hey.
Good to be back. I love you, man. It's great to see you.
You never cease to amaze me at how ridiculous my intros are. And
yep, there we go. Yeah.
And now
Thanks,
people just
Alexis.
think that I'm in this really weird series of romantic comedies. They Google it every week, and they just can't find it.
Guys, if you look on his IMDb page, he has 140 rom-coms.
Yeah.
They're all the same movie, just different name.
Yeah. It went to international markets. They just kept
huge in China. Huge in China. Speaking of huge in China, that Jurassic Park World was a crazy opening.
God. I could spend the entire episode talking about that in Game of Thrones.
But we won't.
We won't.
Because today, after 2 weeks of miserable movies, absolutely terrible, we are talking the 1994 classic Speed. Pop quiz, hot shot. There's a bomb in the studio, and we have 48 minutes to do this show.
I'll do it. What do you do?
We do this show. I was gonna
48 minutes.
I was rushed out of the house, and I thought about it halfway here. I actually have like a fake bomb that we used for a photo shoot one time, and I was going to bring it and put it on the desk, but I guess that's hearsay. What's going on?
That's hearsay.
I object.
You mean neither here nor there?
Neither here nor there.
That's hearsay that I have a bomb.
But this movie is just perfect.
I'm going to come out and say that I don't think this is a guilty movie pleasure.
I'm going to argue.
We can talk about it. I think it's a near perfect action film, just like, Die Hard to me is the perfect action film.
Yes, absolutely.
Die Hard or Predator or Terminator 2.
Sure.
But you can argue those are science fiction action films. But for pure action films, Die Hard to me is the perfect action film.
I think Die Hard created the genre.
Lethal Weapon's the perfect buddy cop action film series.
Sure.
One specifically.
Yeah.
And Speed is just a solid 90s action film.
You know what it is? It's like Speed. If you've ever done Speed, I don't recommend it for anybody, but I thought I was taking ecstasy in Las Vegas, but I accidentally took Speed. Don't do that, kids. It's not the best. I was up for a while. It's an insane. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That's hearsay.
That's hearsay. I object. But I remember Speed is nonstop. It's like the bus. It is just awesome. It is from the beginning because you're not on the bus right away, obviously.
And I clocked it. It's like a 23-minute opening or something. I remember it's longer than it feels.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It goes.
That thing is bent. Every time I look at the top of a building, I think, is that crane from Speed up there?
Is that crane from Speed saving some people in an elevator right now?
And I will say, every time I'm in an elevator, I look at the buttons and I'm like, this is sort of like Speed. I love Speed. But here's the thing: there are some guilty movie pleasure elements of this movie. Yes,
do tell, please.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
I want to see. Did you see this in the theater? Because I saw this in the theater.
I can't remember. I feel like I did. It seems, but I can't remember.
Because it's R-rated. It's definitely R because there's so much violence.
The first 30 seconds, he shoves a knife in a guy's ear.
Oh, that's an awesome shot.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
94. I would have been.
thumbs.
Oh no, you know what? I didn't see it in theaters
because your parents. I
would have been 12.
So my buddy.
I saw it on VHS.
Oh yeah, we had the VHS. It was great, and we taped it off like ABC one day or something. Like when they would show movies.
Why
it was
would you
edited.
do that?
It was the worst.
Why would you do
that?
Because
we lost the VHS, but we wanted to have 2 copies just in case.
Just in case. You gotta have
Speed.
Well, because VHS wear out.
I know.
I wore out my Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure VHS and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
And even better. And you know what? I think we should do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze.
That's a guilty movie pleasure.
But I liked that movie.
It's great.
Yeah. 2 Cruise Control because I didn't want to insult Speed 1. I thought, you know what, Keanu? You know what, Sandra? I don't want to insult you.
I don't remember.
Even though Sandra's in 2. She's in 2, right?
Yeah, I remember nothing about Speed 2 Cruise Control except at some point.
It's on a boat.
Like, so at some point, I think a jet ski explodes. And then there's another point I remember Willem Dafoe's character has leeches on him because he's like drawing out some kind of blood toxin he has.
Is Willem Dafoe the Dennis Hopper of this?
Yes.
Okay.
But I literally remember nothing of that movie.
Well, I think
saw
that was
it once in theaters, and I think it was even PG-13.
Well, I think that was the director and writer's goal, was for people to not remember anything of Speed 2. I will say, so...
It's the worst title ever.
Awful.
Cruise Control. We should do that next week just to see how
just to go.
it is.
So I remember going to the theater. My buddy Colin Redmond, his parents let us go see whatever we want, and I would stay with his parents when we would go to town. His parents just to get us out of the house so I could go to a movie. So we went and saw Speed in the theater, and then we snuck in to see another movie, and then came back and watched Speed again because we liked it so much. It was like 6 hours of movies in a day. It was one of those like megaplexes where you could like
I do
sneak
that all the
around.
time still as an adult.
It's awesome. So and then I remember when it came out on VHS, we watched it all the time, and we would have like arguments about how good we were. And I mean, dude, I'm telling you, when I'm on a bus, I think of Speed every time. It's not. Yeah. Bus goes by in LA. We live in Los Angeles. This takes place in LA. I always think there's a bomb on a bus. Always.
I remember being afraid of buses when I first saw this, and then when I first visited Los Angeles when I was a senior in high school, I would get on buses and be really weirded out.
Yeah.
Not to mention, a guy thought I was a male prostitute and tried to pick me up before I got on a bus one time.
Ladies,
that was very strange.
Ben Begley, male gigolo.
I had my t-shirt sleeves rolled up, and apparently that's
Look at those guns,
that's the signal for. That's apparently farmer's tan and pasty white shoulders is a signal for sex in a car in a 7-Eleven parking
So
lot.
you were farmers only, or farmers meetup, farmersmatch.com before it was a thing?
I guess.
You
but it was
boys
really
from
weird.
Ohio
I was
over
sitting
here.
there at the not to get distracted, but
well, if we're talking bus stops
I was
and
sitting
buses.
there at the bus stop. Some guy was trying to sell me his rap CD.
Sure.
And he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
And a dude comes up and he goes, "Hey, where's Wilshire?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I'm not from here." And the other guy starts to tell me, he goes, "No, not you. You. Where's Wilshire?" And I'm like, "I don't know, sir." He drives off. I think nothing of it. He's pulled into the parking lot. He comes up behind me and taps me and goes, "Hey, you, let's go. And I'm like, "What's happening?" And the dude with the rap CD is like, "Get the fuck out of here, man."
I'm trying to make a sale.
And then he's like, "Yeah, that guy just, he wanted to, hook up with you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I had no idea.
People are weird, man.
But apparently my rolled up sleeves and farmer's tan was...
and weirdly enough, that was actually the beginning script for Speed 3, Butt Control, starring Ben Begley. And what it is it takes place on a bus again. They came back to the bus for Speed 3.
Yeah.
It stars you as the Keanu Reeves character. It stars a young Jennifer Love Hewitt as your love interest, obviously, and it's right after Trojan Wars. And you're at a. It starts out you're on a bus park, a bus stop bench.
Yeah, it starts off similar. It was like
similar to what you just said. Yeah.
I pitched the idea.
You did, and it went. It was a green light with Paramount, and then you're in the car with the gay guy, and you don't realize that he wants to hook up with you. You're just a lonely boy from Ohio. You think you're getting in a car and meeting a new friend in Los Angeles, and then before you know it, you get a call on your Motorola flip phone, and it says, "Hey, there's a bomb in the car, and the car can't go above 50."
I thought you were going to say there's a bomb in my butt, but that would have gotten even weirder.
Well, no, but then that happens because...
later on.
Later on, you get out of the car after you fix it, and so it looks like he's watching the car. And I
feel like we should move on from this.
But hold on. I just want to get to the climax real quick. So what happens is you finally get out of there, but then you think he's dead, but he's not, and he catches up with you, and he drugs you with speed mixed with Xanax, and then you wake up, and there's a bomb in your butt.
So it's like Crank. Your butt is the bomb.
Your butt is the bomb.
There you go.
See, that's like Speed.
That's the subtitle for it's Speed 3. Your butt is the bomb.
Boom.
And then it's like
huge in the gay community.
It's like Crank meets Speed meets bomb in your butt.
Meets thatshitsthebomb.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Speed. Do you want to do the plot in under 3 minutes? Can we do it in under 3?
Yeah.
You want to do 4? We can do 3.
3 is good.
A solid 180 seconds?
Yeah, I think you're going to probably know this even more than me, but it's pretty...
I know it's a very simple plot.
It's pretty simple.
Like most action movies, all of the plot takes place in action.
We got 10 seconds. Here we go.
While we're waiting for that, would you like to tell people about your new role in Hallmark's Hey, Ain't That Love?
Not really, because I only have 3 seconds. Who's going first?
2, you go, Ben.
Okay, so they start off and there's this elevator going down, and Dennis Hopper set up a bomb in there somehow, and he blows the first things, and then the emergency brakes hit, and the SWAT team's coming in,
quiz.
and then Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels show up, and they go into the elevator shaft, and they find out what's going on, and they see that they
find out the service elevator is only accessed by panels.
Yes. So then they hook up a crane because they know he's going to blow it.
2 minutes, 40 seconds.
They know he's going to blow it anyway, so they hook up a crane.
Yeah.
He blows it anyways. They narrowly save everybody by prying it open on the floor that I don't know how they know what floor.
That woman won't jump out because she's scared.
She's too scared.
Yeah.
And then they save everybody, and then they chase after him, and then he says, shoot the hostage, and he shoots Jeff Daniels' character in the leg, and then you think he's dead. They get a Medal of Honor. Boom. He
cuts to, he's in a coffee shop in Venice. He's friends with the bus driver for some reason because everybody's real friendly in Venice. I've never been friends. Anyway.
No, I've never been friends with the bus driver.
No, not at all. And then he gets in. He's like, you have a good day. La, la, la. Ding, ding, ding. Get back in my bus with my coffee. Ba-boom. Then the payphone rings because there's this before cell phones, right?
You son
Early.
of a bitch.
Jug, where is it? There's a bomb on a bus. So he chases down. He finds a sweet black dude with dreads in a Jaguar. He chases down a bus. He gets on the bus. He tells the guy.
Well, first he said, there's a bomb on the bus with a sign, and they don't believe him at first.
And they don't
try
believe
and
him.
slow down.
So then he jumps into the bus and he's talking to this guy and he's like, la, la, la. And then this Mexican guy thinks that he's there for like a gangbanger. He shoots the bus driver.
He has a gun.
He's got a gun. So finally, now the bomb squad's coming to get him. They're a chopper. They're like, go.
Okay, and then they get Dennis Hopper to agree to let the bus driver off because he's wounded. But then the one kind of neurotic older white lady is like, I'm sorry, Annie, I gotta leave. And she tries to get off, and he blows just the step.
And she runs over.
He had a bomb just for the step, right? And so then it blows up, and she goes like tumbling, and it's a really horrific scene.
Yeah, it's terrible.
She gets run over by the bus
and Annie freaks out.
Everybody's
obviously
super freaked, and he's like, no, you gotta keep the bus going.
Sure.
You gotta keep it going. And then from there, left. Oh shit, oh god, help me out. Then
they're like, you gotta figure out the bomb. They figure out the guy's a cop. Then Jeff Daniels goes to the place where they find him, and then Jeff Daniels dies, blows him up.
And then Keanu goes under the bus to try and defuse the bomb. And when that happens, he gets almost hit by debris, and then he, of course, to hold on,
screwdriver into the gas tank. Yeah,
it's pouring gas everywhere.
You smell like gas.
He comes back up. They get to they drive to an airport where we missed the launching over the freeway. The freeway. Shit. The freeway has no.
30 seconds. They gotta launch the freeway. It's an iconic scene. Then they get to the airport and they figure out that he's looking on a loop. So he's on a loop. They get everybody off the bus. The bus runs into a plane. Plane explodes. Now they got to figure out.
They get out narrowly underneath it. But anyways,
right. So then he figures out he's in. And now they got to get the money. And then they're on a subway
because the money was dropped down into the subway. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And then they find on the subway. Seconds. He gets his head knocked off. His head knocked off.
Then they realize that they're out of track, but she's handcuffed to the thing.
So they ramp it for some reason. They speed it up so they can jump the track. And then it crashes in front of the Grauman's Theater. They kiss. Done.
Boom! Oh my God!
3 minutes.
Woo! Thanks. Hit that one. That was pretty good. There was a lot in this movie.
There's a lot more than I thought there was.
Now, okay, I'm going to argue. I think this is going to turn into point counterpoint, maybe like perfect. A CNBC kind of show.
Yeah.
Book it. Yell at the TV. Okay.
Dude, I don't agree with you.
Politics. Okay. So,
like when we did. You weren't here for They Live, but one of the comments was, that got political real fast. And I'm like, it's a political satire.
Jeb Bush 2016. Okay, so.
Action movie.
So here is my maybe like 8 things of why it's guilty. Mm-hmm. Okay. First, in all seriousness, Jeff Daniels is hands down the worst actor that has ever really been a success, but I love every movie that he's in. Like, I love Dumb and Dumber.
You're insane.
But he's an awful actor.
You're insane.
Have
you seen him on Newsroom?
That is such a character. He's just playing into a Sorkin model. It's not, come on.
Jeff Daniels is fucking, did you see the Squid and the Whale? He was fucking awesome.
Okay, that one I'll give you.
His reaction. Jeff Daniels is,
he's in amazing movies and he's a bad actor.
No.
Yes.
Listen,
I love Jeff Daniels. Right. I'm sure I'm getting destroyed. I'm sure of it.
Get out right now.
No. Okay, no. Jeff Daniels, all of Jeff Daniels' movies are awesome. He's not a great actor.
Yes, he is. He's super, dude. The moment where he realizes there's a
pop
bomb,
quiz. What do you do when there's a thing?
The moment he realizes that there's a bomb,
when he's
dead,
drunk at the bar, he's so overacting brutal. Drunk. It's stupid.
That whole. I thought that was actually a really great moment.
Jeff Daniels is not a great actor.
I'm gonna fucking punch you. Pull up his IMDb page.
I'm trying to start some controversy. Obviously, Jeff Daniels is a great actor, but in this movie, he's
shit. You don't think he is?
No,
That's
I don't.
You're saying. Now you're just trying to back.
Obviously, I love him in Dumb and Dumber, and I think he's okay in most everything else. Anyway, in this movie, he's kind of just like, don't go there.
His character is a little underdeveloped, where he's like the buddy part of a buddy cop movie,
Yes.
but then they don't let them be buddies.
No,
They just
because they can't both be on the bus.
They just need him to further the exposition and how do I defuse it? That's all they really need him for.
Right.
And they need him for the tragic death so that they can kill off somebody who's close to him.
Right.
But yeah, his character, other than just for an emotional through line, doesn't have a lot to do.
No.
But I still like his character.
Okay.
In it.
Well, let's get past that. Okay.
I'm gonna fucking break your thumbs. I'm gonna break your thumbs.
Okay.
I don't even know why.
Second thing that makes it a guilty movie pleasure is the scene where they jump the bus over the freeway
is awesome.
Is impossible. Okay, you can't jump a bus. It's not it's launching up. Mm-hmm. If you look at the picture, it's launching up. They're only going 70 miles an hour. Okay, they have. You can't carry that amount of weight. The bus would go like this.
Yeah. Whereas though we're talking about action movies where way more ridiculous shit than just launching over a freeway gap has happened in almost every action movie ever made.
I'm saying most action movies are guilty movie pleasures.
I think by definition, yeah, I guess you could say that. But there's different levels where this is an actually well-made guilty movie in your mind.
Well, because it has a ticking clock. Yeah.
Well, no, but I also think that it's just a solid, well-made action film where it's not like even that moment, I don't laugh at it like I do.
Ben, he skates on a mechanic's bench under a moving bus going 50 miles an hour.
That was the part where I was like, how did they not get hit?
Yeah.
How did they aim so that the bus is swerving? How do they not get hit? Yeah, run over.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's that.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's your third one?
Second one. The third one. Okay. Fourth one. Why didn't they move every plane out of the way of the bus? And when he's like, well, we're going to blow up a friggin' plane now with the bus. He's like, let it out. And they skate out and oh, we made it. We're going to skate into this thing. Let's watch the bus. Oh, it's going to hit a fucking plane. And
it's awesome. Because that explosion is practical and it looks so good.
Now, there's a line at the beginning.
Hope nobody was on it. Wait, I gotta.
Guys, we're loading some freight. Boom! Like that. He blows up a giant plane.
I mean, there was a dude in the thing carting the plane, towing the plane, and that explosion was pretty big. He at least lost his eyebrows.
Yes.
That man no longer has eyebrows because of his plane explosion.
For months, he will not have eyebrows. Okay.
And they'll grow back bushier, and he'll just look weird.
Now the C4. Okay.
Everybody knows that. By the way, if you shave your eyebrows, they grow back bushier.
Really?
Just like if you shave your back hair, it grows back bushier.
Well,
Not that I've done that.
I've done it way too many times, guys.
Tried it once.
Turning into Caitlyn Jenner for me would be a nightmare. It would just be constant lasering. It'd just be awful. Okay, fifth line. The one line when he looks under, he's like, oh, fuck. And then the guy goes, oh, darn. He's like, there's enough C4 to put a hole in the world. Okay, listen, I don't know a lot about explosive. I really don't. I have no idea. But every time there's been a movie where there's C4, I know that C4 explodes a lot of shit.
And it's
really
enough
big.
to blow a hole in the world.
It's to blow a hole in the world.
Apparently enough is just
this much.
That's all you need.
And a watch.
Just a hole in the world.
This much. Fuck. I mean, in Die Hard, he had 9 bricks of C4, and he lit the whole Nakatomi building in the middle of it, and yet the Nakatomi building didn't fall down.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk Die Hard at Christmas time. That'll be our Christmas movie this year.
Didn't you guys already do that on this?
No, we didn't do Die Hard yet.
Oh, man. No. Well, you can't because it's perfect.
It's a perfect action movie. That's our Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
So is Airborne is a perfect movie as well. We haven't gotten into that yet. Because last time someone even looked on the Devil's Backbone, they got so messed up, I can't even talk about it.
I don't even know I don't know what that means.
You don't know. Then the fact that he gets his head knocked off by that ridiculous.
Thing. Because, it just falls off.
Yeah.
Heads don't just fall off like a mannequin.
He's going that fast. I'm pretty sure it would just knock him back. Yeah. I don't think it was knock his head off.
It would have been cooler because it looks really hokey. It'd be cooler if it just cracked his neck and then you saw his body flailing down.
Yes.
That would have been cooler.
Sure.
Because to just knock it clean off, where's the blood? Where's the bones? Where's any heads just don't fall off. It's not like that. It'd be different if it was a sharp bar for some reason across the top.
Sure,
of
if it sliced his head off.
Yeah, if it was, but it doesn't.
No, it's just like a light.
You cannot knock a head off.
No, you can't.
It's physically impossible.
It really is, yes.
To knock a head off.
And then that's my final guilty movie pleasure is is the head being knocked off. So there's 5 arguments for guilty
you
movie.
You said 8 though in the beginning, and then you quickly.
Okay, do you want 3 more? I'll give you 3 more.
I think the other one would be.
Okay, 3 more.
When he says we're gonna speed it up and jump the track.
Yeah.
And you're like, how does that? Because when they first crash, I'm like, oh, if they just stopped here in the construction, I think they'd be safe.
Fine.
But instead, it's like, shoo, then half of the thing gets knocked off. I mean, it's awesome. I would rather them do that because it looks cooler.
Of course.
And then you land in front of Grauman's theater.
And just like up a thing. I don't know about that. That's anyway.
I don't know how that made them safer. I feel like I'd be like, why don't you just slow it down?
Yeah.
And then if we crash, it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like why don't you?
But maybe the thought process was that.
Does he have a gun on him? Does he have a gun on him?
I think he had to, yeah.
Okay, so you shoot the handcuff.
Yeah. No, he lost the gun on the roof, remember?
Oh,
he lost the gun when they were fighting. Right. So here's the thing. I think maybe why he launched it was because if you would have slowed it down, all the rest of the cars would have piled up on top of you.
Oh, so...
So the only escape was to launch it away from the rest of the wreckage.
Got it.
Because if you notice, when the other ones crash...
You should be a subway driver.
When the other ones crash and flip around and shit, it would have piled up on top of them. They had a better chance launching out of the... onto the street.
True.
Would they have survived that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But, with modern technology...
Would Sandra Bullock have had a little bit more than like a scratch?
A little scratch?
I like when they're making out and you can tell that there's a prop guy just sprinkling glass on them.
Yes.
Where there's just like every once in a while random there's no prompting for it. Like there's no reason for it to. It's just like...
It's like a caddy throwing
the director's just like, here, ding, ding. Yeah, it's like at a wedding, like, hey, congratulations, here's some broken glass.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. I would say my argument would be that the only thing I can find guilty about it, other than those kind of somewhat silly moments, but I think in the realm of action films, it doesn't even cross into the realm of silly.
The bus driver's hair?
I would say that almost every actor on the bus, other than Keanu and Sandra Bullock, is varying degrees of terrible.
Yes.
There's a line I had, the bad ADR line. Do you have that, Alexis? Where he's like, yeah, sure thing, man. I'll bet there's bomb. Every line that guy says seems like it's really...
Is he like the big Native American...
Yeah, there's a bomb. Some funny joke, man. Are we gonna have a problem now?
Bullshit! Some funny joke, man. He's the guy with like the Guido,
who shot the bus driver.
No, that's the...
Oh, he's the construction guy, like the bigger guy that tries to knock...
That's Gigantor.
Oh, that's Gigantor.
He calls Gigantor. Like, if you're gonna call anybody on a bus anything, Gigantor is borderline offensive.
Especially with the bomb in the bus.
Like, Gigantor.
Hey,
dude,
put on your Luca mask,
dude,
Gigantor.
Come on, man. First of all, I'm like...
Yeah.
Gigantor, is that like a luchador reference?
Yes.
I don't even think that guy... He looks like Samoan or something.
Yeah, I was going to say Native American, but...
Yeah, like Native American or like Pacific Islander.
Right.
So there's several layers of racism going on there.
For sure.
But no, the
bus driver's hair, though...
It's weird.
He looks like the doll in Indiana Jones in the first one, then Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
It's really unnerving,
I don't
his
like
hair.
it.
But my favorite thing about this movie is it does kind of a similar thing that like Armageddon and other action films like these, or even Apollo 13, which obviously is based on true events. But but I like that every time you think you're safe, they throw something else at you.
Curveball.
And sometimes that can get really tedious, but in this movie it works.
Yeah.
Like every time they throw a new thing at you, it doesn't feel. There's so many new things.
Yeah.
Like we're losing gas. We're gonna get the passengers off. Oh shit, we hit something. Now it's just you. Now we got out. Then it's. Okay, we're going to do the drop. Oh, he figured out that we're there, but now he kidnapped Sandra Bullock instead. He has a bomb strapped to her. We kill him. Oh, shit, we can't get her handcuffs off.
Right.
So we got to launch we're out of track again.
Right.
It never feels, to me, it never goes like into, here we go, another thing. Which sometimes... Specifically, I remember Armageddon being like, Jesus Christ, another...
Steve Buscemi.
I haven't seen it in like 10 years, so I gotta
we'll do that. We haven't done that on here. I like that movie.
But I love Armageddon, don't get me wrong, but there are moments in certain action films where you're like, God, another thing?
Yeah.
Come on. But this, it feels like... It's just because it's nonstop. It's like a bullet. It's just...
And the cool thing about it is because they put it in LA, it makes the most sense because there's always traffic in Los Angeles. Dude, I'll tell you what, I think about this all the time is when I see a crowded on-ramp, all my nerve not to just be like, I'm going to do the speed. I'm just going to go all the way up the thing. And to keep the speed while you're hitting car, that's pretty tough.
She hit so many cars.
I know.
Half the budget just went to blowing up the plane and the cars they hit in that sequence.
Yes.
That's
and
half the budget.
Also, too, I always think about hitting homeless people's cans with my car. I want to see a bus hit a homeless person can
That scene's so
bad.
great because the one woman looks super homeless and the other one just looks kind
Like
of
her buddy. Yeah.
normal.
Hey, Elris.
The one pushing the cart actually looks kind of normal.
Yeah.
And then she gets more crazy when like,
These are my cans.
these are my cans, not my cans. What's this? What's happening?
Is this the fight on the train? Oh, that's his head getting knocked out.
Oh, wait, did you just show the audience that? Oh, see, we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No, I mean, okay. Also, too, is in the scene when Dennis Hopper is like tooling with the bus, he's also watching a football game. It's like morning on a Tuesday. Okay, there's no football going on.
Maybe he videotaped it.
He's watching it on VHS.
Yeah, he's watching a VHS recording of it.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Everything Dennis Hopper does is so hilarious and kind of over the top in this movie.
Yes.
And there's that moment in the end when he has this trigger for the bomb, right? And he's like, if I let this go, and then the next scene, he's like, if I let this go, kablooey. And then the very next scene, he's pushing Sandra Bullock around, and he has his like nub hand that he can't hold anything with.
Good old nubby hand.
Good old hashtag nubby hand. And then his other hand has the machine gun where he's just like, I'm like, where the fuck did the trigger go in that scene?
Is he just holding it with his nub hand?
No, he's not. I watched. I was like, it just disappears. And then later on, he's like, maybe you should hold on to this, Sandra Bullock. Worst line in. Oh yeah, but I'm taller. Oh yeah, play that. Why not? It's so good. I'm smarter than you is what he says right before this.
Yeah. But I'm taller.
Yes, Keanu.
That doesn't
badass.
That doesn't mean anything.
No.
Because his height.
What? Because his arms are longer.
Because it's not like his height makes his arm length any different.
Don't tell me though, when you're in a subway and you look at the lights, you don't think I should rip some dude's head off.
I should just push them. I mean, I guess taller people inevitably have longer arms, mostly just because of their genetic makeup. But like, that's a stupid line.
Okay, pop quiz.
Pop quiz, hot shot. Go.
Pop quiz, hot shot. You're in a hostage situation.
Okay.
You're one of 10 hostages in a bank.
Yeah.
You see an open window that you might be able to take out the hostage guy. Do you go for it, or do you sit back and let him rue the day? Do you be the hero or not?
What kind of weapons do they have?
They just have pistols.
Pistols, yeah. I try. Wait, is there only one hostage taker, or how many?
There's 2, but he's in the vault.
He's in the vault. Yeah, then you take your window.
Okay.
Because you never know. Because here's the thing. It's like, it's not even about being a hero. It's you don't know if these people are gonna fucking shoot you. So you might as well take your opportunity before and not let them shoot you.
Got it. Okay. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Was that too serious of an answer?
No, it's good. Okay. Pop quiz. You're on a bus.
Yeah.
Okay. You're one of 5 people on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A guy gets on the bus and he's going to hold up the bus unless everybody gives him his money. He walks towards the back of the bus. He turns his back on you. Do you stand up and try and take him out, karate chop style, or do you let him take everybody's money?
Does he have the gun pointed at anyone? Because you wouldn't want to jeopardize him shooting somebody on accident.
True.
It would all depend where the gun is pointing.
Well, he's got the gun in his hand, so it's anywhere.
I assume it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to think that. Here's the thing. Reality, Ben, would probably be like, oh, fuck. Oh, God, I'm going to die. But, like, idealistic Ben would want to step up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What would you do?
In those 2 situations, the bank vault one, I'd take him out. I'd go for it. I'd risk getting shot. On the bus one, I think I think it's too tight of quarters.
It is.
I think too many things could happen, and then somebody gets shot, and then I get sued. I think I think I leave the bus one and go.
Yeah.
Okay. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. You're at Wendy's.
Go.
And you're in the drive-thru.
Go.
And you're really excited for Vanilla Frosty.
Ooh, so good.
But they only have chocolate.
Ooh.
What do you do?
I rip the speaker off the thing. I freak out, punch a hole in everything, and then I get crispy chicken nuggets, a junior bacon, no mayo, and go on my merry way.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect answer.
Okay. Pop quiz.
Okay.
You're at a mall, and you see Keanu Reeves at a Gap with his family. I don't know if he's married or not, right? He's shopping for Gap jeans for his son.
Who doesn't?
Do you go up to Keanu Reeves and say something? And if you do, what do you say?
Oh, man. I go up to him and I go, "Wild stallions rule." Or I go, hey, people keep asking me if I'm back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm back.
John Wick.
John Wick, man, because John Wick is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
You know what? It's so funny.
automatic GMP.
Keanu Reeves gets so much flack, but he is not that bad.
Okay, listen.
He's by action movie standards, he's solid.
You know
dude.
what he is? He's easily mockable. Like he's easy. He's like Schwarzenegger. He's easy to make and do an impression of.
But it's not even so much that his acting's bad. It's his vocal quality. He just has kind of more of a surfer cool dude.
I am an FBI agent.
Yeah,
right.
and
Like that.
when you start in your first movies, Bill and Ted, it takes a really long time to shed
get rid of that thing.
You know, but at least he has shed it. Unlike it's not like the Urkel phenomenon.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
But I would go to bat for Keanu as actually.
I think Keanu Reeves is a better actor than Jeff Daniels.
I don't know about that. Pop.
I'm putting that out there. Keanu over Jeff. Okay.
Pop quiz.
Go ahead. Pop quiz.
In 10 years, Keanu Reeves is nominated for Best Actor in a motion picture and a drama.
Yeah. What's the movie about?
That's what I was going to ask you. What is his role?
Ooh.
What is his role? And
I like how our minds both went to the same thing. Go ahead.
What is his role?
Okay.
And who does Jeff Daniels play in it?
Okay, got it. Okay, so here's what it is. Keanu Reeves is doing...
That's what we call terrible improv, where you put your other improv partner on the spot.
Yes.
And basically go, hey, make it funny.
Make it good. Okay, so here's what happened. Keanu Reeves does a biopic on the real happenings behind Deflategate. Okay, and he plays Tom Brady. Now the thing is from as the years go by, we're gonna hear more and more stuff on how Tom Brady like killed a guy and buried him, and he's gonna come like all about Deflategate because he didn't want to know people that he was deflating his balls. Keanu Reeves plays a sickening, maniacal Tom Brady, and Jeff Daniels plays owner Robert Kraft in the movie, the official movie, Deflategate. That's the movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I would totally watch that movie.
I would watch that. I don't even know anything about sports or Deflategate.
Okay, pop quiz.
Okay, pop quiz, go.
You're at a Panda Express, okay, and Sandra Bullock walks in. Right, she walks in, and you say to her, Miss Bullock, you can go in front of me, and she says, no, it's okay. And you're like, no, seriously, please go ahead of me. And she does, right, and she orders all of the orange chicken, and that's what you wanted. You wanted all of the orange chicken. What do you say to Sandra Bullock?
I say to Sandra Bullock,
that's a lot of orange chicken.
I mean, that's a lot of orange chicken. I say
She likes
Sandra
orange
Bullock,
chicken.
do you know there's MSG in there? I don't know what I say to Sandra Bullock because I just let her eat what I would do is I would probably just say, hey, I was going to order that. Do you mind if I just watch you eat it? That's super creepy.
That's creepy. And then Keanu walks in as Tom Brady.
I would
say
never actually say that. I just couldn't think of anything funny to say, so I went creepy.
Sandra, you know that chicken's not really chicken. That's a wild cat in there. Yes! Did you see what I did there?
Yes!
And I didn't even think of that when I asked the question. That totally came to my brain. Torres, you're here for it. Witness that.
I feel like I set you up with a better one. You got to give me a better pop quiz one than creeping out on Sandra Bullock.
Okay, pop quiz.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Josh.
Okay.
Not to me.
Pop quiz.
Yes.
You get cast as the romantic lead in a rom-com 5 years from now. Okay. And your opposite lead is Sandra Bullock. You're in a love triangle with Sandra Bullock and Rene Russo. Okay. I'm a big fan of Rene Russo.
I know you are from your interview. You guys almost went on a date, it looked like.
I was in love with Rene Russo. Hey, if you guys haven't seen that, it's on Schmo Plus. It's a
great interview.
If I do say so myself. So you're in the love triangle. It's like a older lady, younger guy kind of a thing, right? It's Sandra Bullock and Rene Russo. Now, you offset, and they proposition a threesome with you. Do you cheat on your wife?
You're just setting him up for failure. That's so fucked up.
Okay.
I love
you're not married. You're not married at this point. You're not married. Renee isn't in the question. Renee, you know I love you. You're one of the best people around
I love
ever.
that you said you're offset. Do you? I love that I set this up saying you gave me a bad one. Give me a better one. And this one's like, do you commit adultery on your wife who listens to this show?
Okay, so you're not married. Who do you? But they say, okay. You can only have sex with one, and you can only get BJ from the other.
This is so dirty. This is so...
It did go dirty. All right, you go pop quiz this time. I'm out. My head goes dirty immediately.
We're just pulling the ripcord on
Yes.
this. What I would say is I would take yours and make it less sexual.
Okay.
And I would say, okay, yeah, you're in a romantic comedy with Sandra Bullock and Rene Russo. Where do you work? And what's the relationship to the two? Like, for me, it would be something like...
See, Ben's smart. I'm an idiot.
For me, it would be like, maybe Rene Russo's the first female president, and you're her presidential aide.
Ooh,
but
Veep
then
style.
Sandra Bullock is like...
Speaker of the House.
Is like the Speaker of the House.
Ooh.
And you feel like for political gain, you should go with the president because she's recently divorced. It was a big scandal, but now she's in her second term, and they're realizing that she's actually a good president despite the divorce.
Right.
And so now you're like, do I go with the president and really forward my political gain, and then maybe I can run in 2020?
Sexy cat of the speaker.
Or the one who I really love,
the
sexy cat of the speaker. Because it's not just about sex with her.
No.
It's that she
Something
has that
deeper.
She has that, like, girl next door quality to her. She really gets you.
Okay.
You guys can do marathons of the TV show Parenthood, and you can cry in front of her about that.
Sure.
You can cry.
Big Craig T. Nelson fan.
Did you see Parenthood?
I've only seen the pilot.
Dude, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the final season of that, every episode I cried. And Sandra Bullock's Speaker of the House character would understand me.
She would get you.
And she would sit there and she would watch it with me and she would cry too.
Your wife kind of has a Sandra Bullock quality
She
to
does.
her. Yeah. Little Sandra Bullock.
I think then in the end, he goes for Sandra Bullock's character, and then the president actually respects him for that.
Yeah.
And promotes him anyways. Because you got to have a really super cheesy happy ending.
Yeah, and then the super cheesy happy ending is you have like an idiot friend that she falls in love with.
Yeah. See, that's
like a Josh Gad kind of character.
It's a lot better than,
a sexy
blowjobs and threesomes.
Okay, pop quiz.
I have one if you guys are
ready. Hey, Torres, rock it in.
Is this from you or from somebody?
No, it's from someone in the chat.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So here we go. So pop quiz for Macuga.
Go.
You can have the chance to be in Dumb and Dumber 3.
Okay.
But you have to tell Jeff Daniels he sucks to his face every day, or you have to let your chance of a lifetime slip away.
Did anybody like Dumb and Dumber 2?
No,
I never saw it.
It wasn't good.
But it would be a good career move to be in Dumb and Dumber 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with option one. I'll tell Jeff. I don't tell him he sucks, but I'm gonna tell him like, dude, listen, I don't think you're a good actor, but I love everything you're in. It's a catch-22.
It's such a weird thing.
It is. Like, I love Arachnophobia despite Jeff Daniels. I love Dumb and Dumber.
I don't get it.
Dumb and Dumber is his perfect acting role.
I wish I had my phone. I would IMDb every movie he's in, and then I would counterpoint everything.
Okay. Well, we can do that. We'll do that on Jeff Daniels' Guilty Movie Pleasure. Just Jeff Daniels.
Dylan has another one.
Go, Dylan.
All right, pop quiz for both.
Okay.
Go.
If you can go back in time and star in any movie, or go back in time and sleep with any woman, what would you do?
Oh.
I'll answer both.
Go.
No, you go.
No, it's an either or. So you can go back in time and be in any movie, or you can go back in time and sleep with any woman. You can't do both.
Dylan?
I think it's an either or.
It's an either or. Okay, then go back in time and be in any movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean, it's such a toss up between like. I feel like I would go back in time and be in the original Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah, it's Luke
and be Han.
Oh, be Han.
Or Luke.
Okay.
Han.
Sure.
But you can't. But then again, it's like that's a very egotistical thing to say. Like, I would never be as good as Harrison Ford.
Sure.
But let's say.
I think you're a good actor. Why would you say it?
Let's say though that the rule.
It's not like Harrison Ford's winning an Academy Award anytime
Let's say that
he's already working around the clock. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't kill my wife. Let's just say that if you go back in time, whatever movie you are in, you're equally as good, if not better, in that role.
Okay, fine.
So that you're not
throwing all kinds of caveats in here. Quit doubting yourself.
I go back and be in the original Star Wars, or I go back and be Wolverine. I'd have to put on a lot more muscles.
Sure.
But holy shit, I would want to be in Wolverine or Deadpool or Captain America. Man, it just keeps going.
Yeah, listen, I don't think going back in time doesn't really get me many women besides like maybe Marilyn Monroe. But after seeing My Week with Marilyn, I realized she's insane. So if I would go back in time, I would pass on the girl thing. I would go back in time, and that would be Indiana Jones.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is a great one.
Yeah. Either him or Mel Gibson in Braveheart.
Is it weird that I would go back and either stop Catwoman from happening, Halle Berry, or be Catwoman?
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good one.
And rewrite the script.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously. I like that, Alexis. I like that a lot, actually.
It's tough, though, because I think I'd be Han, because then you go on.
We're both Harrison Ford characters, by the way. Yeah. Harrison, we love you. If you ever want to come on Guilty Movie Pleasures.
So we basically just both want Harrison Ford's early career.
Yes.
Which means we both want Chris Pratt's current career.
Correct.
Is basically what it is.
That's pretty much where we're at. Let me. Do we have
any more pop quizzes on there? I don't know if we have to get out of here.
No.
Do we have any sound clips? What sound clips?
Yeah, we got a ton of sound clips. We didn't go into any of that because What do we have?
Let me read this real quick. Guys, we love hearing from you, so keep sending your tweets and comments. We do read every one of them, and don't miss the chance to take our very important listener survey at podcast1.com. Your response will help us make this show the very best it can be. It'll only take about 3 minutes of your time, and you'll help get the instant gratification that comes with knowing you helped us out, just like instant gratification comes when you play Pop Quiz with Ben and Josh. You can tell us how you really feel about the show and help us get to know you better. If how you really feel is a terrible opinion, then don't tell us how you really feel. You can go to hell. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, people have been doing that on the YouTube comments.
Very, very true. Do it now. Take the survey at podcast1.com. That's podcast1.com, podcast1.com, and keep those tweets and comments coming. If you're on a subway and you're a little bit taller than Dennis Hopper, make sure you get his head knocked off his body.
Yes.
Podcast1.com. Take the survey. Make us feel good about ourselves.
I want to read these surveys. Has anybody filled them out yet?
I haven't looked at it.
All right, guys, you ready from some sound clips?
Let's do it. Hey, Torres, killing it today.
Thank you. All right, here's the first one.
You know what? That's weird. That's what, when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And my mom would always nag all the time, right? And like, so me and my sister never really took her seriously when she would yell at us. Yeah. And then Dad would come home from work. And
sounds like a very violent house.
Did Alexis leave? And all my dad would have to say after my mom had been nagging all day, he'd just look at us and he'd say, "Don't fuck with Daddy." And then we go clean our rooms. It was really fast.
He's a powerful man.
Don't fuck with Daddy.
You know, I was a big fan of Sugar Babies, but I was an even bigger fan of Sugar Daddies, which came on a stick. And Macuga Family Vacation one summer, heading down to South Jersey for the summer for beach, and I'm eating a Sugar Daddy or watching some Lionheart on the old VHS in the conversion van that we rented for the week, and I had it in my hand. And I looked at my brother, and I shoved it right in his eyeball, and I said, "Don't fuck with Daddy." Yeah,
that was not where I was expecting that to go. I thought you were going to say somebody kicked it into the sand. And then you picked it up and it was covered in sand, and you're
okay. So here's what happened. I love Sugar Babies, and I also really enjoy Sugar Daddies. So I'm at the beach, and somebody kicked it in the sand.
Oh man!
And I went up to the kid, I pulled it out of the sand, and I shoved it in his mouth, and I said, "Don't fuck with Daddy."
You know what? I heard that on the set of Daddy Daycare.
Oh, great movie.
That Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
The kids were like being really just rowdy during a take, and the days were going long, and they had to go off to school because kids can't work for longer than a certain period of time with SAG rules. So Eddie Murphy, was like, AD, talking to the AD, you gotta get this going, and he's like, "Hey, fuck you, Eddie Murphy," and then Eddie Murphy goes, "Hey, don't fuck with Daddy."
That's good.
Because Eddie Murphy calls himself Daddy on every
set.
set.
Eddie Murphy is raw, so he'll get
He's
right
raw.
to
He calls himself Daddy on every set.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence too.
Martin Lawrence, he's big into that.
Big on Daddy.
Yeah.
Hashtag big on Daddy.
Hashtag big on Daddy. I had one and I totally forget it.
Sorry, we can do another
No, it was actually really good.
Oh, damn it. It's because I did such a terrible one. It just erased your brain.
I lost it. Go on to the next clip.
I'm gonna rip your fucking spine out, I swear to God.
Okay, now this is a weird one. Okay, my dad has a bad back.
Yeah.
He sees a myotherapist and a chiropractor, all that kind of stuff, and I went to see him. I pulled my back muscle when I was 19, and I walked in, and he was like really serious, and he put a gun to my head, and he said,
I'm gonna rip your fucking spine out, I swear to God.
And I was like, Jesus, bro, it's just a muscle pull.
Yeah,
but he was pretty serious.
I mean, do you mean like you're going to do chiropractor stuff on it, or are you literally going to rip it out?
No, apparently he was big into role play.
I was looking at the deleted scenes on the Mortal Kombat DVD, and Sub-Zero doesn't really talk in the movie.
No.
But one of his deleted lines, because, in the game, he rips the spine and the head out. One of the lines to Johnny Cage was,
I'm gonna rip your fucking spine out, I swear to God.
But they had to get the PG-13 rating, so they cut it out. And they cut out almost all the other good stuff that
unbelievable.
They had. It's weird.
I don't know if it's kind of a crazy story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love crazy stories.
Yeah. I was actually an extra in the football game of Point Break. It was me. I was on Johnny Utah's team. I don't know if you guys saw me. I'm pretty quick in the sand. Made a couple good catches, whatever.
You were a very large 12-year-old.
Yeah, very large.
You could play, yeah.
And so I'm playing football, and after the football game, Johnny Utah's team had won, and Swayze was high on meth. And it was a crazy day after the shoot that day, and we didn't have to shoot the next day, so he and Keanu and I stayed up doing crank all night. It was awesome, chugging Coronas, spitting them into the fire like Roach.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Swayze comes out. He's shirtless. He's sweating, and he's like, "You want to play my favorite game?" And I was like, "What's your favorite game?" He's like, "We punch each other in the back until our fists go through our back, and we."
I'm gonna rip your fucking spine.
I don't know where that went. That was weird. I'm sorry.
Sometimes when you do these things, I wonder if you know where it's going yet, or if you're just.
I search for it. I meander until I get something terrible.
Let's do another sound clip.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap this
Pop
up.
quiz, asshole. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do? What do you do? Turn around. Turn around!
So good.
I don't think we need anything for that.
No,
That's just perfect.
That's perfect.
Pop quiz, asshole. You got a hair trigger aimed at the back of your head. What do you do?
The turnaround part's amazing.
No, because it's so like it's like borderline like turn around. Turn around. It's like it goes from 0 to awesome.
No, I don't know. You know the
Real
Bonnie
quick.
Tyler song, "Total Eclipse of the Heart."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Turn around,
Yeah.
right? Now, I don't. They were gonna do a remix, and Keanu was supposed to be on it, but he got so aggressive during it, and he started screaming, "Turn around, turn around, turn around!" And Bonnie Tyler friend turned around, and he was like, "Listen, motherfucker,
Turn around.
turn around,
Turn around. Bright eyes. Turn around. And they were like, "All right, Keanu, thanks. We're gonna put that in the B side."
Just gonna put a little techno beat
You like
to
how
it.
I put it backside and blow out the
blow out the
speakers?
microphone.
Yeah.
What else do we got now? Alexis appreciate that.
else do we got?
Alexis, what else do we got?
Where's Payne?
He lost his head.
Oh yes! Oh, it's so good. Weirdly enough, I'm a big fan of Airhead candies. Right?
Yeah.
And love the sweet, love the taffy a little bit. You know what I
can you
mean?
not?
I eat them all the time. I go to Dylan's Candy in the Grove, get some Laffy Taffy. You know what I mean? Get some Airheads. And one time I bought all these Airheads, and I turned around. I was going to the movie. I hid them in my pants, and I lost them. They fell out of my pocket. There was a hole in my pockets, and I turned to Mark Ellis and I screamed at him.
Where's Payne?
He lost his head.
The context of that doesn't
makes no sense.
You screamed, "Turn around!
Turn around!
Ellis! Turn around!" All right.
Okay.
Do we have anything else? What about no? Is that a good? No! That's such a good one because he's watching it and he's doing this weird little thing with his like.
You thought he was watching the football game at first, but
yeah, because you're like, the game that I taped and I already know the score on a Tuesday morning. No.
Yeah.
That's actually how I felt almost during the entire screening of Cyborg last week. I just every time I watched a minute of that.
Not sure if you know this, but I went to Chipotle on Friday, and my usual Friday dinner, and
I was at Chipotle on
were
Friday.
You?
No,
Nice.
yeah, no joke.
No joke there. This is no joke either. I went there and I noticed a sign that said our pork provider cannot provide us the pork we want, and they don't have any carnitas. And I looked at the young man behind the counter and I said, Yeah.
They also wrote "Say farewell to GMOs," and I'm like, how long have we been saying hello to GMOs at your place?
And then I say to GMOs.
I would like another place to have the reverse thing. Say hello to GMOs.
Yes. Maybe we should start a podcast called that. Say hello to GMOs, goodbye to GMPs. There we go. That was an easy one.
It's a gluten plus and a GMO. Anyways,
this was a.
That's actually the coach for the Cavs tonight. The Cavs game tonight. I heard that he that's his pep talk to them.
Big time. He's playing speed for the whole thing.
We got all the balls in the world, right?
I will say that watching this movie, I thought near the end there was going to be like a sex scene and we'd see Sandra naked, but we never do, and that's okay because the movie all around is great. I think there are some guilty moments, but all around this is a fantastic
it's a
movie.
near perfect.
It cleansed our palates. Next week we are doing Punisher Warzone.
Yes.
Which is a Ben Begley request. We're going to alternate, and then in 2 weeks, Chris Lee Kennedy, a good friend of mine, and you've met her before. She was on AMC. She has her own show, Movie Chick. She's coming in, and we're doing Can't Buy Me Love, the Patrick Dempsey 80s classic.
Nice.
So 2 weeks from now, Chris Lee Kennedy will be in studio joining us on Guilty Movie Pleasures
next week.
Punisher Warzone, June 22nd, I believe, or 23rd. We're Punisher Warzone. I will get the disc on Netflix. I'm really looking forward to it. I've never seen it before, so I'm looking forward to it.
In my opinion, it's the best of the 3 Punisher movies because it's super fucking
I didn't even know there were 3. I thought there was just the one.
No, there's 3.
I'm an idiot.
Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, and Ray Stevenson version.
Nice.
I own all of them.
Of course you do.
We can watch all 3 and just talk about all 3. That might be a lot.
That's a lot.
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
No, poor people are crazy, Jack.
I'm eccentric.
I don't understand that quote. Poor people are crazy, Jack.
Seems like he's really cutting out the impoverished there.
It's not their fault.
Take it easy.
Jeez.
Yikes.
They just had a bad lot in life. They're not crazy.
Speed, the 1994 classic. You guys can find me at Josh Macuga on Twitter. You guys can see my show Between the Sheets, youtube.com/BetweenTheSheetsTV.
Yes, at Ben Begley Comedy.
And this week, his new Hallmark movie, Ain't That Love?
Hey, ain't that love?
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, what is your guilty movie pleasure?
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network.